What if the secret to your energy, your mood, and even your happiness wasn't hidden in your brain or your heart, but deep inside your stomach? This is the story of Rahul, a 38-year-old man who, on the outside, seemed perfectly fine, but inside, his body was at war with itself. Every single morning began with a profound sense of fatigue. It wasn't just being tired, it was a heavy, bone-deep exhaustion that never seemed to lift. This was paired with constant bloating, a persistent brain fog that made focusing impossible, and a general irritability that strained his relationships. His friends, trying to be helpful, would say things like, "You're just lazy," or "Maybe you need more sleep." But Rahul knew it was more than that. He was on the brink of a discovery that would not only transform his health, but completely change the course of his life. Let's take a look at Rahul's daily routine. His life had become a predictable, yet destructive, cycle. It started with quick, often sugary, breakfasts grabbed on the go. Lunches were an afterthought, usually something from a vending machine or a fast food joint. Dinners were late, heavy, and consumed in front of a screen. To get through his long work hours, he relied on an endless stream of coffee cups, each one giving him a temporary jolt followed by a deeper crash. He skipped meals when he was busy and survived on a diet of highly processed, packaged foods. The consequences soon became impossible to ignore. His skin, once clear, started breaking out with stubborn acne. His digestion became a nightmare of bloating, gas, and discomfort. And a new unfamiliar guest arrived, a low-grade, constant anxiety that hummed in the background of his days. He did what anyone would do. He went to the doctor. He ran tests, blood work, checkups, you name it. The results came back, and the doctors would say, "Everything looks fine. Your tests are normal." But Rahul's intuition screamed that something was fundamentally wrong. He didn't feel fine. He felt broken. One night, unable to sleep, he was mindlessly scrolling through his phone. He was about to close the app when a video caught his eye. It was a doctor passionately explaining a concept Rahul had never heard of before: the microbiome, the gut. This doctor described it not just as a digestive tube, but as a complex, thriving ecosystem. It was home to trillions of living microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and viruses that collectively control our digestion, regulate our hormones, influence our mood, and form the very foundation of our immune system. A light bulb went off in Rahul's mind. He suddenly realized his problem wasn't external. It wasn't a lack of willpower or some mysterious, undiagnosed disease. The battle was being fought within him, inside his own gut. He dove headfirst into this new world of information. He began to understand that the beneficial bacteria in his gut were dying. They were being starved by the constant onslaught of junk food, sugar, and preservatives, and poisoned by chronic stress. He learned that these tiny microbes are responsible for producing up to 95% of our body's serotonin, the happy hormone. They help us absorb essential nutrients from our food and even communicate directly with our brain through a complex network called the gut-brain axis. Rahul was utterly fascinated. A powerful thought took root in his mind. If I can heal my gut, maybe I can heal myself. He decided to make a change, but he knew that a drastic, overnight overhaul would fail. So, he started small with simple, manageable steps. His morning routine was the first to change. Instead of reaching for the coffee machine, he began his day with a glass of warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon. It was a simple act of hydration and gentle cleansing. Next, he looked at his plate. He consciously started adding fermented foods into his diet, things like plain yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut, which are packed with probiotics, the good bacteria. He also dramatically increased his fiber intake. His shopping cart was now filled with a rainbow of vegetables, hearty lentils, fresh fruits, and wholesome nuts. Fiber is the preferred food for your good gut microbes. He also changed his habits around eating. He started taking a short, 15-minute walk after his meals, which aided digestion and stabilized his blood sugar. He set a strict cut-off time for his phone at night and made an effort to go to sleep earlier. And that soda he used to crave in the afternoon, he replaced it with plain, simple water. For the first week, honestly, nothing much happened. He felt a little better, maybe, but there was no dramatic shift. He felt a flicker of discouragement but decided to stick with it. Then, by the beginning of week 3, something truly magical began to unfold. The first thing he noticed was the bloating. It was just gone. His stomach felt calm and flat for the first time in years. Then, he started waking up naturally, a few minutes before his alarm, feeling refreshed and actually ready to start the day. The persistent brain fog that had clouded his thoughts began to lift, replaced by a newfound clarity. And most surprisingly, his mood became lighter. The constant irritability was gone, replaced by a sense of calm and optimism. He had a moment of profound realization and said to himself, "I didn't change my life. I just fed my good bacteria." Rahul learned a fundamental truth. Our gut bacteria are living organisms with their own needs. They thrive on natural, whole foods, adequate sleep, regular movement, and a peaceful state of mind. And they absolutely hate refined sugar, artificial sweeteners, unnecessary antibiotics, and chronic stress. Every healthy choice he made, every vegetable he ate, every extra hour of sleep he got was like sending reinforcements to his internal army. This army fought inflammation, produced essential vitamins, and worked to balance his hormones. The results were astonishing. Within just 3 months, his energy levels were back to what they were in his 20s. He had lost 8 kilos without ever feeling like he was on a restrictive diet. His mind felt sharper and more focused than ever before. But the best part, the part that truly changed everything, was that he felt alive again. He wasn't just fine, he was thriving. His transformation was so visible that friends and colleagues started to notice. They'd pull him aside and ask, "What's your secret? What supplement are you taking?" He would just smile and say, "It's not a supplement. I just learned to feed the right army inside me." Through this journey, Rahul understood that true health isn't primarily built in the gym or found in a prescription bottle from the doctor's office. It begins in the gut. Every single bite of food you take is a choice. It's either feeding health or feeding disease. Rahul's story is a powerful reminder for all of us. You don't need to completely upend your life overnight. You can start by simply healing what's inside. Your gut is not just a digestion system. Think of it as your second brain, your immune shield, and your happiness factory. Treat it with care. Feed it with life-giving foods, and it will give you a vibrant life in return. So, what can you do starting today? Eat real food. Sleep deep. Move your body daily. And find ways to manage your stress. Because true, lasting healing doesn't start from the outside in. It starts from within you. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on how to reclaim your health from the inside out. We'll see you in the next video.